Hello, my name is Jaren Baluyot, and today I'll be discussing the 5.2b prompt for DNA fingerprinting. Fighters all over the world are invited every 4 years to fight in the Tournament of Strength. This tournament is known for its tough competitors and gruesome displays of power. Before the 2020 tournament began, all fighters were invited to live in a house. Here they can eat, sleep, and train. The only rules for the house is that fighting is prohibited. During the first night, 5 fighters got into a dispute over who is the strongest. The next morning, everyone in the house woke up to discover that one of the fighters, Sasuke, had died. At the crime scene, there was blood, but it was ruled that Sasuke was strangled to death. This could only mean that the blood had come from the killer. The DNA of all 4 suspects and Sasuke, the victim, was taken to the lab and amplified for 2 different VNTR loci, which stands for variable number of tandem repeats, and ran on separate gels. The DNA of these individuals was then compared to that found at the crime scene. This is the results of what we found. We can compare the alleles, represented by the blue rectangles, of each suspect and the victim to determine whose DNA was found at the crime scene. The killer will match with all alleles of the DNA found at the crime scene. We can see that only one of Sasuke's alleles match with the evidence DNA on locus 2, which is symbolized with a green line. However, the rest of Sasuke's alleles do not match the evidence DNA, which is symbolized with a red line. Sasuke is not the killer. Goku also matches with one allele on the evidence DNA on locus 2, but does not match with any other alleles. Goku is not the killer. Mirio's DNA does not match with any alleles on the evidence DNA. Mirio is not the killer. Gon matches with both alleles of the evidence DNA on locus 1, but with none of the alleles on locus 2. Gon is not the killer. The only person who matches with all of the alleles from the evidence DNA is Killua. This means that Killua is the killer. When using DNA fingerprinting, we can also analyze if an individual is the biological parent of another individual. This is possible by matching alleles. If the 2 individuals have at least one matching allele for multiple loci, then it is highly likely that they are related. Only one allele match is needed per loci because the genetic material of a child is comprised 50% of the mother's DNA and 50% of the father's DNA. On locus 1, we can see that Sasuke, Goku, and Mirio have at least one matching allele. On locus 1, Gon and Killua also have at least one matching allele. However, in order for one individual to be the biological parent of another individual, they must have at least one matching allele on multiple loci. On locus 2, Sasuke and Killua have a match, Goku and Killua have a match, and Goku, Mirio, and Gon have a match. However, only Goku and Mirio had at least one allele match on both loci. This means that Goku, who is older than Mirio, is his father.